wrestling, and what an hour we have in store for you. As we said earlier, of course, this week we will be making the presentation of the Most Popular Wrestler Award, and boy, what a contest that has been. And may I take an opportunity right now to thank the thousands and thousands and thousands of you who sent in your votes for the Most Popular Wrestler. Let's bring him out right now. The man who edged out all competition for the Most Popular Wrestler. Here he is, Tommy Wildfire Rich. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, Gordon. First of all, not just here in Atlanta, but just the people all over the country, it's really a great feeling. There's a bunch of great guys here. You got guys like Wrestling 2, Steve-O, Ted DiBiase, all these other guys, and I didn't really know. Deep down, you always hope. Something good like this, you always hope you win. But there was so much competition, I didn't know.
It was tough indeed. Well, I'll tell you what, Nick Patrick has just brought over, first of all, the plaque. And may I just turn it to the audience so they may get a view of it here. Tommy Rich, Most Popular Wrestler in 1981, and my congratulations to you on that. That you put on your wall. And Nick, thank you. Here is the trophy that we've been has been on the program, and that too is for you. And Tommy, again, congratulations. I think that certainly here's a man who has always been a people's champion, and I think this certainly proves the point.
Thank you very much, Gordon. I certainly appreciate it.
There you have it.
Can I be the first to shake your hand and congratulate you? It's been a hell of a year for Tommy Rich. Won the world title and now the trophy, Wrestler of the Year. I'd like to be the first to congratulate you because I know I caused you a lot of problems during the year.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much. Michael Hayes and, of course, Steve-O is out here.
Well, a lot of hard work, I think, and a lot of popularity is Tommy Rich's trademark, and hard work has paid off. I'm glad to see him. He's a real popular guy and the best of everything for him.
I think we're seeing here a fine display of sportsmanship, a great attitude of fair play. Michael Hayes, Steve-O, and Wrestling 2, another gentleman here who I know was extremely close there and was really counting on hopefully winning that.
Thank you. Yes, I was. And, I still think that would look better on my mantelpiece, but nevertheless, I have to congratulate you, my boy. It was a good battle. I enjoyed it. I want to wish you all the luck in the world in the future, and I hope you go a long ways. I feel that personally that you will go an awful long ways, and may you cherish this and respect it for a long time.
Thank you very much, Wrestling. I certainly appreciate it.
That means a lot, Gordon. That means a lot.
That does indeed.
And it means a lot. Wrestling, too, he's a man. I've seen him, I've watched him wrestle. He's taught me a few things, and he's a man that he says just how he feels, and for him to come out and say that he thinks it belongs there, but to congratulate me, it means a whole lot to me, and I just want to thank him and wish Steve-O and the rest of these guys the best in the world. Thank you, too.
Thank you all very, very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, making his first television appearance nationwide at this time, the brand new NWA World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. He defeated Dusty Rhodes this past Thursday night in Kansas City. My pleasure to introduce the new NWA Wrestling Champion, Ric Flair. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm a little embarrassed to have to stand back there in the control room holding the most coveted trophy in all of professional wrestling. You know it. I know it. There isn't a wrestling fan in the world that doesn't know it. The biggest goal of them all, while you stand out here presenting Tommy Rich a plaque and a trophy that he couldn't get a cup of coffee for downtown. While Ric Flair stands back there, the new National Wrestling Alliance World Champion. Tommy Rich is out here with this Mickey Mouse trophy that I would have won hands down had I entered that contest. You know it. Everybody out there knows it. Now, let me say one more thing. I came down here just as I've appeared on every major wrestling program in the country, and I told the people that I was born with a golden spoon, that I wore the finest clothes money could buy, the most expensive jewelry, driven in the biggest cars, flew in the nicest airplanes. Everything I've ever wanted in life has been mine. I reiterate, if I couldn't buy it, I went out and got it. Well, there was no buying the NWA Championship. It took a superb athlete in superb condition, mentally and physically, one that is not going to be denied. I wanted this. I went out and got it. That doesn't say anything bad about Dusty Rhodes. He's a great athlete. He never would have worn it. But I wanted it that much worse, that much more. And I went out and got it. And now this completes Ric Flair's attire. The biggest gold of them all, the most coveted trophy. It's mine, Gordon Solie. I'm in Georgia. Line them up. Tommy Rich, Wrestling 2, Jimmy Snuka, Gordy, the superstar. Line them up. I've said it 100 times. And I'll say it 100 more times. If there's a wrestler out there that wants to find out where he stands, where he ranks in professional wrestling, the greatest sport in the world today, then he better get in the ring with Ric Flair, because I am the illusion destroyer. There's a lot of men out there that think they ought to be where I am today, and I will destroy that illusion. Just sign the contract, get in the ring, woo! And the great one, who is going to ride on forever, will show you why he's wearing the big gold now and for a long, long time. Thank you, Gordon Solie.
Well, thanks again to Georgia Championship Wrestling, and what an hour. First of all, we will be having on the program a little bit later on the World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Mr. Ric Flair. Also, we'll be seeing a very, very special videotape highlight of a match between the superstar and Tommy Wildfire Rich. All of that is upcoming. Wrestling 2 will be in action later on during the hour, and we'll be seeing Steve-O, Brian Blair, and many, many more. Unfortunately, we're going to start off on rather a somber note regarding Georgia Championship Wrestling this week. I'm referring to the fact, of course, that Kevin Von Erich has been injured and is on the injured list right now. He is unable to compete. Michael Hayes is coming out. As you know, of course, Michael Hayes, the Fabulous Freebird, and Kevin Von Erich had struck up a tag team combination that looked like it was going to be virtually invincible. But Kevin, unfortunately, injuries have put you to one side.
Gordon, we had him beat. I had that title right within my grasp. I know that that Michael and I would be wearing the belts now if he hadn't have pulled him out. Now we've got the cage. It was my big break. Snook and Gordy intentionally attacked me, ruined my knee. I've got to go to a hospital bed now. But I guarantee you that I will be back. And when I do come back, I'm not going to be all smiles and flowers. I'm coming back to get even with Snuka and Gordy for doing what they did to me. I'm not going to be able to be with this guy that I've grown rather close to. And he's going to be in this match with a guy that he's never been with before. But I guarantee you that I'll be with him in spirit. And when I do come back, I'm going to raise a little hell.
Well, I can understand exactly what he's saying. Kevin Von Erich has been put to the sidelines by injury.
I hate that this happened to you on my expense. And I'd like to apologize to you because, first of all, there shouldn't be nobody getting hurt out of this except maybe me or Terry. There doesn't need to be anybody else involved. And now another, I don't want to say innocent standby because the man's a fine athlete. He could take care of himself. But it was a centered attack. It wasn't just an injury that occurs. Okay? So like I said, man, I appreciate everything you've done.
You're my friend. I'll be back.
But Gordon, you know, sometimes it's funky. Things happen and you don't know why, and then they turn out to be maybe possibly a blessing in disguise. Now, I had to go get somebody, and I had to get somebody that I didn't want to worry about something like a fine career happening to again on my account. I had to get somebody that could get down and do something that I wanted to do exactly and not give a damn about doing it. Now, I went out and I got me some Rolling Black Thunder. You understand? 2-time Pro Bowl. I mean, one of the meanest defensive linemen you ever seen. And if I could get Otis Sistrunk to come out and just tell him all about it, big man.
Well, I'll tell you something, Rick. I'll tell you, I am one of the meanest men you want to see. And I'll tell you, Terry, I'm going to try to break both his legs. I'll tell you, when I come out with you with Mr. Hayes, I'm going to be one of the toughest men you ever seen. And I'm going to do the job. And I tell you, when I played professional football, I broke arms, legs, broke jaws. And I tell you, I was one of the meanest men ever hit the field for the Oakland Raiders.
Let me tell you something, Gordon.
I'll go along with that.
It's just a little something people don't know. Otis Sistrunk and I met about 3 years in a bar in Oakland, I believe it was, wasn't it?
Right.
And we got down and we had a good time. And I got a piece of film that if you'll show just a small relationship that Mr. Gordy and Mr. Snuka didn't know about. Just roll the film.
All right, let's take a look at the situation right now, if you will.
Now, you see right here come Big Terry. I done been beating on Snuka, and I got to fight him, too. Every time I turn around, it's 2-on-1, 3-on-1, no matter how many on one. And see that? I love that. But see, it's the same thing, baby. The same thing, the same old song. I tell you what, it's getting old. It's getting real old, man. Now, look at that. Look at that. That's the man I trusted my life with for 4 years, and there he is with another guy. If he could do it by himself, that'd be fine, right? And then there's nothing I could say about it. But no, man, it's 2-on-1. At this moment here, I didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, obviously, of course, Terry Gordy and Jimmy Superfly Snuka are great at, I've noticed, in other matches, too. They're great on this 2-on-1 situation.
Well, how do you think I feel? I'm the one that taught it to them.
Well, they've learned their lesson well, and of course, you're the recipient of the pain and agony that's being dished out now by Gordy and Snuka. But
you can see they ain't getting tired of doing it either. They just starting to warm up.
well, it was at a particular point in this match that, well, things sort of changed.
Well, like I said, baby, you know, sometimes you can never expect it, but a rolling cloud of black thunder come rolling right in, and just watch his hair. Now, watch what this man can do. Just watch, baby.
I want to tell you something. That is about one of the hardest forearm you want to see. And when I throw it, I throw it. I don't lighten up on it. And I tell you, every ball player I played against in the NFL, they remember it.
Well, I have a hunch right now that Mr. Snuka and Mr. Gordy are suddenly learning to remember things, too. Wow, you talk about the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Well, that irresistible force suddenly had to leave the ring. Otis Sistrunk and Michael Hayes standing tall in the ring at this particular point in time. And, gentlemen, all I